Allez, bonjour, bonsoir. Alors, Sherlock Holmes. Où est-ce qu'on en était? Où est-ce qu'on en était? La principale. Ah oui, voilà, il y a... Tac, tac, tac. Oui, donc il y a un mec qui était venu chez nous inviter à une expo d'art. Alors juste avant, je voulais aller chez moi, parce que entre-temps, j'ai un petit peu farmé 2-3 trucs. J'ai juste, en fait, là, le manoir, un petit peu upgradé l'intérieur de la maison, mais j'ai pas vu le résultat. Autant le montrer, puis après on va continuer l'histoire principale. Ah oui, lui c'est pour un truc de Minecraft. Alors...
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Qu'est-ce qui a changé? Il n'y a rien qui a changé en fait. Ça c'est notre chambre, elle n'a pas trop changé. Non, moi je croyais que ça allait changer des trucs, en fait non. Bon, moi c'est pas grave. Alors, alors, Hermès Avenue et Bazar Road. Dans la vieille ville. Là. Ce serait...
Mr. Holmes, you came! Oh, how kind. Though now, of course, I realize it is because of my game, not the works on display.
It needn't be one or the other. Your man's disguise was easily debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit that you planted in me the seed of curiosity.
Ah, terrific! I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours, what's it about?
An enigma to solve. A locked area in the basement with no windows found brutally vandalized. I have no clue how it was possible.
What about this intrusion? What happened?
Last night, I was about to leave the gallery when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It was admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was no sign of the intruder. The mystery being, of course, that all the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
And the door to the basement is the only entrance?
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
And this locked area downstairs, what exactly was it?
The under gallery. It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
Ah, so this is your private collection, not part of the gallery.
Oh, no. It's an exclusive exhibition of eccentric pieces. Only a select cadre of artists, investors, and collectors are admitted. Not everyone deserves to have their eyes opened.
Well, this matter is certainly within my wheelhouse.
This intrusion troubles me. Please take a look around if you're willing. The under gallery is through the door at the end.
I will see what I see.
Ok. Le Christ jaune. Par Paul Gauguin. Vampire d'Edward Munch. Les gardiens des eaux d'Odilon Rideau. Le pape Formose et Étienne VI, Jean-Paul Laurent.
You sure you don't like art, Sherry?
L'origine du monde avec la plante bien mise. Apparition de Gustave Moreau. Bolicton de derrière. Déjeuner sur l'herbe de Manet.
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
Ah.
A simplistic attempt at provocation.
Oui, je trouve ça même grossier.
Old, and hasn't been used for a long time.
Centimètres.
The left step's length is shorter than the right. It indicates that the walker was lame. A true artist never shows an unfinished piece.
Sherry, how about some company in that dreary chamber of yours?
Leave my loneliness unbroken, John.
On va avoir été légèrement déplacé.
A handprint of the thing from another world. But it looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane. Sodden and mold-ridden. One presumes deliberately.
C'est pas un Manet ça aussi? J'ai oublié le nom, mais... Ah non. J'ai oublié le nom, mais ça c'est très connu.
Saturn devouring his son. Of grim composition.
Unflinching in its ferocity, yet somehow beautiful.
The parasites of creativity. Or just a reflection of the artist's recreational interests.
Alors, ici. Mhm.
Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache. A Maupau butt. Ugh, sheer vandalism. Only an ignorant person could do such a thing.
Ah. Cercueil contenant un squelette, légèrement déplacé, il a laissé une empreinte de charbon. Une empreinte était visible sur le sol. L'écart du pied gauche y est plus court que le droit, ce qui indique un boitement. La plupart des tableaux de la salle ont été retirés de leur crochet. Un mégot de cigarette mal pâle. Alors, palais mental.
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what
On va
I bring
vérifier
him.
si j'ai bien tout pris. Bien tout regardé. Ah,
Closed with
d'accord.
a metal bolt. Footprints. Size 9.5.
Neuf et demi, je sais plus combien c'est ça, mais je crois que c'est plutôt pas mal. Hein. Donc c'est vers le 44 en tout cas. Alors.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Si je mets que c'est tout lui.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Je pense que celui-là et celui-là.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Tic, tic, tic.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
C'est dur.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Ah, attends, parce que c'est pas évident son truc là. On aperçoit un tas de cendres résultant de peinture brûlée. Comment tu es censé savoir, toi? Là, il n'y a rien. Ouais. Ouais, il a été légèrement déplacé. Donc ça, je pense que c'est bon.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Ah, mais c'est dur, putain.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin. When Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking. The intruder waited until Vogel had left the caravanserai before burning the paintings in Wilde's room, but the vandalism was a cover for the theft.
D'accord. Eh ben, on va aller voir Vogel.
The pieces are not what I expected.
What do you think my collection is about?
La décadence. Hein? La mort, ouais. Oh. Plutôt la déliquescence.
Extravagant paintings have been left to rot in a basement. A commentary on decay and the crumbling of society, correct?
I don't know.
Well, that's absurd. Of course you know. It's your gallery.
There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine. Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Men never act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. And I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
Feelings are simply one's animal ancestry trying to wrest back control of the brain. I try to avoid the distraction.
You try not to feel, even in a place like this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to maintain even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr. Holmes, it is joy incarnate, mankind's greatest achievement.
Mankind's highest achievement above all others is objective and rational thought.
I see then why you dislike art, for it means whatever you want it to.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel, I was lying.
Aha.
Mr. Vogel, my investigation has revealed that the intrusion was not merely vandalism but theft. The limping visitor left your place with a canvas.
That's very impressive.
This thief was familiar with the gallery and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My, your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest.
The fire was a clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Those pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
There's something more, is there not? I can see it in your eyes.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's works. The sum was more than fair, and indeed could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse the deal, he insisted on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
So where can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City, but couldn't be more specific. He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
What was depicted in the piece?
A bound woman, wrapped in robes, being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer. The beast had numerous tails growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature of the other works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. What could possibly be its value?
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all, art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
Ah, I see.
I'm not sure that you do, but that can wait for another time.
Well, I believe I have enough to begin. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
Bon. Alors. Diable rouge, d'accord. Et quelque part dans les vignes, personne d'influence. Que dans le palais mental, là, non, il n'y a rien. Alors, faudrait que je trouve l'adresse de Mercurio. Où est-ce que je pourrais trouver ça? Peut-être à l'hôtel de ville. Parce que l'hôtel de police, bon, ça m'étonnerait. Peut-être à l'hôtel de ville, il y a peut-être un registre d'adresses.
A contest for the guests of Cordona. Find hidden treasure.
Bon, ça je l'ai déjà fait. Merde, c'est par là.
Have you found anything helpful?
Alors. Citoyen, représentant officiel, entreprise. Alors, il habite quelque part dans la vieille ville. Voilà. Occupation. Une personne d'influence. Documents légaux peut-être. J'ai un gros doute sur naissance, mais bon. Alors peut-être à la police. Oula, les pensées de John. Les archives, elles sont où? Là. Non, je crois pas. On va essayer au Chronicle, mais... ça m'étonnerait. Comment on sort d'ici?
Good luck, Mr. Holmes.
Alors... Ah, ça doit être là. Alors, célébrité... Ville... Voilà. Alors, cette dernière semaine fut pour nous le théâtre d'un nouveau scandale impliquant la prétendue haute société artistique de l'île. Ça a commencé à l'enchère de tableaux que les artistes locaux ont surnommé la danse de la décadence. Le directeur d'une maison d'édition d'Aron, le Lion Terwick, a mis fin à la rêverie en jetant une chaise sur Boniface Mercurio, l'artiste décadent. Écrit de WWE. Comme il l'a lui-même expliqué plus tard, M. Terwick a ainsi agi pour laver un déshonneur infligé par M. Mercurio. La rédaction rappelle gracieusement à son lectorat que M. Mercurio et Mme Terwick ont été observés ensemble dans un café il y a quelque temps. Peu après, un chef d'orchestre dénommé Gurt Gallagher a brisé un tableau sur la tête de M. Terwick dans le but de protéger son ami Mercurio. Une grande rixe a alors éclaté, si grande que de nombreux clients de l'enchère y ont participé. La police est arrivée sur les lieux alors que la lutte faisait encore rage. Les batailleurs replacés ont été arrêtés puis placés en détention pour une semaine. Quel événement stupéfiant que ce fut. En guide fidèle que je suis, je me dois de vous recommander l'achat d'un souvenir issu de cette enchère. Celui-ci a hélas pris fin. Mais Boniface Mercurio en personne a tenu à inviter notre lectorat à se rendre dans sa propre demeure pour y acheter un de ses tableaux. Vous trouverez à l'adresse Hermès Avenue entre Scarlett Street et Olive Street dans la vieille ville. Ok. Scarlett et Olive Street. Ça doit être par ici. Putain. Alors. Entre Scarlett et Olive Street sur Hermès. C'est long.
Excuse me, young man. Where do you think you're going?
Greetings, ma'am. I'm looking for the...
I don't care who you're looking for. You shall not pass. No visitors allowed.
I wish to buy a painting from Mr. Boniface Mercurio. Is he at home?
Dearie, tell me, because old age has made me blind. Did someone write Information Bureau on my forehead? Because I'm not here to answer your questions. Entry is for residents only. If you aren't a resident, please leave, or I shall report you to the police.
Alors. Bon, alors faut que je fasse un peu bohème. Tac.
Nice affordable. Let's pick some.
Alors.
Don't leave. Take one more look.
Ah bah parfait. Ensuite. Couleur ottomane, chapeau melon. Pas mal là.
Be careful with what you've taken.
Oh, je suis bien là. Là, je suis bien. Alors. Hop là.
Not bad.
Boniface, sweetie. Is that you? Ah. Old age does terrible things to one's sight. I didn't recognize you at first.
How are you, Mum? I'm ashamed to admit that I've lost my key. Do you have a spare?
For heaven's sake! How many times will you lose that key of yours? Of course I have a spare. You artists all live in your own little world.
Please, accept my thanks.
I would rather accept your rent. You promised to pay me several weeks ago and I'm still waiting.
I will pay you, I promise, very soon.
You'd better do, my dear. Or else I'll just change the lock. And I won't fall for those cow eyes.
Merci madame. Ah. Bah c'est pas de peau.
The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material. Look at this, John. Isn't it our stolen demon? Red skin, tails on the back, reminds me of Werner's description of the stolen painting. Aunt May whiskey, brandy bucks. Quite a collection he had here. It appears the wine was truly awful. Despite the overall tendency towards mess, you cannot sit with the drawer pulled out like this. Someone left it after searching. I wonder where he got that fancy camera. The blood has dried.
I've heard of this style of painting. It is called expressionism.
Waouh, mais il est à l'envers. Ah, c'est stylé, j'avais pas vu.
Don't look at me like that, Sherry. I will not touch that dirty floor.
Bon alors, le malheureux.
The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife. A normal kitchen knife. Could be the murder weapon. Judging by post-mortem rigidity, the body lay here for 1 or 2 days.
Attends, il y avait un truc là. Là.
Soaked in blood. It seems as if the puddle of blood was here before the rags. The chest has been searched.
Alors. Oh, les bruits dégueulasses. Et là, ça. Non, je pense plutôt que c'est lui qui lui a foutu la bouteille dans la gueule.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Mercurio was developing photographs when the intruder snuck in. Mercurio heard him coming. While the thief was searching the chest, the painter ran towards him with a bottle in his hand. He smashed it across the thief's head. The intruder had no choice but to defend himself, and the weapon of opportunity happened to be a kitchen knife. Mercurio stepped aside to grab the painting, but the wine-blinded thief attacked Mercurio's throat. When the thief came to his senses, he saw Mercurio bleeding on the floor. He grabbed the rags and tried to bandage him, but it was too late. Why did Mercurio attempt to snatch the painting in the middle of a fight? To strike the intruder? Not with his painting, it was too important to him.
Bah ça, ouais, moi ça va. Ouais, quasiment là toute la semaine j'étais malade. Alors super quand il fait des grosses chaleurs. Vivement ces putains de vacances, hein, parce que là franchement je sens que j'en peux vraiment plus. Alors, qu'est-ce que ça donne? Et... tac tac tac, un cadavre est allongé par terre près de l'entrée, couvert de sang, notre sol.
It's time for some chemical magic, John.
Ok, eh ben, let's go. La chimie. Science, Marty, la science. Alors, donc à la fin il me faut quoi? 4, 3 et 4. Hum. Alors, réfléchis, réfléchis. C'est quoi ça? Ah, ça booste de 1 les... D'accord. Bah, du coup, ça en fait, j'en ai pas besoin. Si je fais comme ça. Là, j'ai 2 et 4. Ah, mais là, les rouges, ça me ferait 5. Il y a un 2 trucs rouges là. Alors attends. Ouais, non, parce que celui qui emmerde, c'est ça en fait. Trois. Alors attends. Il me faut 4 rouges, 3 verts et 4 bleus. Là, si je mets un de plus, ça me ferait 4 rouges et 2 verts. Là, j'ai un rouge et 3 bleus. Et je mets ça. Là, il me faudrait 2 rouges et le 3 verts. Oh mais non. Pas un truc à 2 rouges là? Ah si, il y a ça. Ah mais là j'aurais moins 2 en... Oh, il va être chiant celui-là. pas si je fais... Non. Comme ça. Ah oui, ça inverse. Ça fait positif et négatif. Y a pas un truc où il y a que du moins moins? Non. Ça peut devenir un plus 5 avec un... Alors. Hop. Là, par exemple, j'ai un 5. Ah putain. Tac. Tac. Oui, mais il me manque toujours un bleu et 4... Ah, il va être casse-couille celui-là. Putain. Attends. Donc là, il me manque un bleu et 2 verts. Putain. Et je peux pas les mettre ensemble, ça? Ça me ferait 3. Ouais, de toute façon, il me manquerait les 4... Ah non, à moins que ça... Voilà, putain. Oui, ça fera juste un gros boom à la fin. Aïe. Parvenu à effacer les taches de sang sur le tableau à l'aide d'une solution chimique, il s'agit d'une nature morte représentant un champ de mercurio. Ok.
That doesn't look like the painting we need, Sherry.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on the easel where it belongs. I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John?
Oui, il manque là.
If the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here.
Et
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John? Nothing behind it.
Il y a les livres, il y a le coussin.
Monster was actually a man. Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. And the girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse, all right? Stick to the character, tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
Eh bien. Alors. Rachine a l'idée de dire la vérité à la proprio. Ok. Bien. Croquis de l'agresseur. Croquis de la femme. Ouais, donc ça c'est le défi de Chaîne.
What's wrong, dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Can you tell me if anyone else has recently entered the flat?
Oh, you're talking about that limping man. I'm sorry I let him in. I was scared. And I thought maybe he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
Can you describe him?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp and a tattoo on his neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes. My husband used to smoke those. They have a horrible smell I can recognize from a mile away.
Can I ask a favor?
Of course, dearie.
Please call the police and ask them to enter the flat, and don't look inside until they come up.
What? What trouble have you stepped in this time?
It really doesn't matter. Thank you, Mum.
Éviter de vives émotions à une vieille dame. Ah, c'est uniquement parce que John me l'a demandé, sinon j'aurais fait le drama. Alors... Le voleur s'est rendu chez Mercurio pour y dérober la photographie en vain et a tué le peintre en légitime défense. Alors, John a retracé un croquis basé sur la photographie du viol que j'ai trouvé dans l'appartement de Mercurio. Ce dessin représente une femme enceinte au visage marqué de cicatrices tribales.
You're acting so strange today, dear. I hope someday you'll let me inside that head of yours.
Phew, Sherry, that was close. But you did everything correctly. Now, take off your outfit. I can't let you walk around in a dead man's clothes.
Ah mais j'aime pas ça, non. Non. Laisse-moi tranquille. Ah, il est mieux comme ça. Bon. Comment trouver quelqu'un comme ça? Chez Vogel, peut-être? Il dirait peut-être quelque chose.
I think I'll leave the exhibition in its current state for a while. I'll call it The Art of Vandalism.
Ouais, alors lui, non, ça lui dit rien. Je sais plus ce que ça veut dire, truc de groupe là. Je vais m'amuser à faire tout le... Comment tu veux trouver ça, toi? Et l'autre... Parce qu'au poste de police, il y a un truc de... On va voir.
Any progress with the case, Mr. Holmes?
là, je sais pas du tout. La crime, non, c'est pas elle, le crime. Je sais plus ce que ça veut dire les icônes là où il y a un groupe. Pareil, le point sur la carte, bah ouais, mais là on a eu toutes les preuves, chez l'autre aussi. Peut-être quelque chose dans l'appart qu'on a oublié, mais non, parce qu'on a eu toutes les preuves. On va aller voir, mais... par là. Je cherche donc un homme avec des cordes, c'est afin d'avoir des trucs à dire. Non, c'est pas lui qu'on cherche là, c'est surtout elle en fait. C'est elle qui a l'icône de Jean et de points sur la carte là.
You're acting so strange today, dear. I hope someday you'll let me inside that head of yours.
Non, là on peut pas.
Poor chap.
Bon, si je me redéguise en l'autre con là.
You always take me to the best of places, Sherry.
Nothing behind it. The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material.
Non, ici j'avais déjà trouvé.
Aunt May whiskey, brandy bucks. Quite a collection he had here. Nothing behind it.
Là, j'ai aucune idée. Hein. Il n'y a pas de truc d'aide là pour nous dire les icônes, qu'est-ce que ça veut dire parce que... Se renseigner auprès des personnes alentours, épingler cette preuve. Rechercher dans les archives, mode concentration, prendre une photo. Ah donc là, en gros. Ok. On va demander à tout le monde.
You're acting so strange today, dear. I hope someday you'll let me inside that head of yours. You're acting so strange today. Dear. I hope someday you'll let me inside that head.
Si je reviens en Sherlock.
You're acting so strange today, dear. I hope someday you'll let me inside.
Excuse me, just one question.
No one listens to us, so why should I listen to you? Oof, bad.
Madame?
Are you able to help me?
The streets won't share their secrets with those who hide in fancy houses.
Time to check your who, what and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
Effectivement. Alors...
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Of course. The
Voilà.
streets have the information you seek.
Les cicatrices présentes sur le visage de la femme semblent correspondre aux pratiques traditionnelles de la tribu des Ewe. L'endroit où est susceptible de trouver des membres de cette tribu en Cordona est sur le camp des réfugiés qui se situe sous le pont de Victoria entre Scaladio et Silverton. Merci madame. Alors, Scaladio et Silverton. Le pont Victoria. Ici. Pour le moment, Silverton, on n'y est jamais allé. Alors, pont Victoria, là.
Beasts!
Do you know anything about this?
A lady doesn't know about such things.
Murderers!
They're completely livid.
Beasts!
Sir, this place is off limits to the public. Please state your business or leave, or I shall request that the police escort you out.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm from City Hall. They sent me to oversee the situation.
No, you're not. I'm the supervisor of the camp, and I'm the one who's handling the current situation on behalf of City Hall. Ronald Harlow at your service. Now, sir, tell me who you really are, or you'll have to explain yourself to the police. I have full authority to request they detain you.
Very well, Mr. Harlow. I am a private investigator. I'm looking for a witness on my case. Sherlock Holmes is my real name.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorized. I can't let you in, so please, step back.
Je me suis dit, le coup du détective privé, il va m'envoyer chier. Bon, bah dans les deux cas, il m'aura envoyé chier, quoi. Alors, Airpal à dessert, on travaille à l'intérieur. Essaye de paraître plus âgé. Ben voilà, autoritaire. Transpire étendu. Sédentaire. Formaliste hébété, gratte-papier épuisé. Jeune fonctionnaire au teint pâle qui fait de son mieux pour superviser le camp des réfugiés que l'hôtel de ville lui a confié les responsabilités de l'enchant de guerre, mais il a toujours agi selon les règles et accompli chaque mission qu'il reçoit. Il n'a toutefois pas l'expérience nécessaire pour s'occuper de problèmes qu'il ne peut résoudre à son bureau avec une simple feuille de papier. Il s'efforce d'ajouter quelques années à son apparence en se faisant poser une mince moustache. La pâleur de sa peau et les cernes qui pèsent sous ses yeux suggèrent qu'il travaille dans un bureau mal éclairé, qu'il ne quitte que rarement. Témoin de ses chaussures propres, quasiment neuves. Le distingué qu'il porte indique qu'à besoin impérieux d'incarner une figure d'autorité, mais ceci lui donne plutôt un air incongru en raison de ses conditions météorologiques. Le Cordona. Moi suggère en outre que Ronald est en proie à une grande anxiété, sans doute due au fait d'avoir quitté l'environnement qui lui était familier. Ça me paraît... ça me paraît bien juste. Jeune fonctionnaire dépressif qui se trouve épuisé par le lot quotidien de son poste. Mais la fatigue et l'indifférence le rendent incapable de résoudre le problème qui se manifeste. Couleur de sa peau, nanana. Est-ce que c'est un gratte-papier épuisé ou est-ce que... Ouais, j'aurais dit le premier.
What about the murder that this crowd keeps shouting about?
It's mere assumption. I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
I know you want to deal with this in the right way. You are obviously a professional and a responsible person, but you clearly have never handled a situation like this before.
I am handling it, Mr. Holmes. Don't question my capability here.
And tell me how you do it. You can't even calm this gathered crowd, and as for the police, they're not quite managing it either, are they? You consider yourself a problem solver, but until today, you've been solving problems sitting at your desk in a dark corner of a city hall room. Here, you need a more practical approach.
What are you driving at, Mr. Holmes?
I'm looking for a young refugee woman. She must be inside the camp. She's with child or was with child recently. Help me find her, and I'll help you deduce what really happened here.
You may indeed be quite a perceptive fellow, but I still don't see how you can help me here.
Just tell the police I'm with City Hall and I'm permitted to investigate the scene. I'll work out the rest. Trust me. But first, you'll find my witness.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh. I suppose that things are bad enough that I ought not shy away from help. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to come inside. Just tell me when you're ready.
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
Oh, so you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time, but I read the papers.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option. We're still trying to work out what to do with them. I only hope we'll find a humane solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
Mr. Harlow, what exactly do you do here? What are your responsibilities?
What I do and what I am responsible for are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refugees in general. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every City Hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least rations for the camp.
The police here on City Hall's behalf too?
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the islands, so there's a significant police presence guarding the camp. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their direct authority.
I'm ready to take a look at the scene.
All right. Go inside the camp and find Inspector Tewkesbury. He's the officer investigating the scene. Tell him I sent you. Say you're an independent expert from City Hall. He'll fill in the details for you.
I'll find my way with words. Thank you, Mr. Harlow.
Bon, est-ce qu'on reste comme ça pour voir le torse sublime de Sherlock ou est-ce qu'on se remet en normal? Non, on va rester comme ça. Alors.
So they keep these refugees under a bridge like proverbial trolls. No wonder the people outside are so disturbed.
Who the hell are you? How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes, a surveyor of refugee affairs with City Hall. You're Inspector Tewkesbury, I presume?
A surveyor? What does that even mean?
In short, I've been sent to conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office and to assess all the damage inflicted on state property.
Got it. Another paperworm sent to count money and get food
Un autre
for our
voleron de cuir.
Go on, look around. Don't
Ok,
make yourself
Francis
too at
Lalanne.
home. As if I didn't have enough problems before you appeared.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened? People from the bridge above the camp heard a
Ouais,
woman
le jeu il a
screaming
vraiment
and
une
saw
bonne
a mass
ambiance.
of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife in his chest. Bam. A murder. Big news for Cordona.
I'm sure. Thank you, Inspector. And none of the refugees were harmed?
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted the bypassers on the bridge. Was she harmed?
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's been questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
Do you have any suspects yet?
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about the whole thing. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees. At least those who can understand any English.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the refugees?
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet. Since that's an unaffordable luxury now, they're looking how to protect their public image. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn every stone and befriend every refugee.
Did you learn anything about the dead man?
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20 years. Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona with bad blood in them. My best bet is that this thug had something against them too.
And no clue as to his identity?
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or where he was from.
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Go on. They're on the table near the body.
Ok.
Here we go again. Number of hours on Cordona before stumbling upon another dead body? 0.
Clearly a left handprint here. A blood trail leading to or from a furrow in the ground. A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently. Someone bled profusely here.
These events are fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them all, Sherlock.
Malpal, soaked with salt water. 1,000 pounds. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona. A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk. May I ask you something?
I uphold the law, so I'm not answering your questions.
A heavy boot with a worn-out sole. A man's footprint. Police boots. Always happy to trample evidence. A steel dirk, sharp, a common accessory among sailors and soldiers. I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain. An interesting tattoo. Does it mean something? Coal dust under the nails. I don't see much coal around here.
Eh ben, c'est toi qui as volé chez Vogel.
Heavy boots, with one sole far more worn than the other. This man was limping John. A violent death. This man, limping. Coal dust. I think we're onto something here, John.
L'homme mort au camp de réfugiés est le même individu qui s'est introduit par effraction dans la galerie de Vogel.
If they find out about the passage, everything will go to hell. If they find out about the passage, everything will go to hell.
Ok. Bien. Parce que c'était confinement du camp, argent et machin.
If they find out about the...
Les policiers redoutent la mise en place d'un périmètre de sécurité strict autour du corps après la découverte du mort. Pour avoir un impact sur l'argent qu'ils gagnent jusqu'alors grâce à leur opération.
Nobody will know anything if you keep your bloody mouth shut.
The coppers smell fishy here, Sherry. Perhaps we should sniff around in the camp a little more thoroughly. Sherry, just look at this. Living quarters in a sewer. What kind of a genius bureaucrat came up with this idea?
John m'a suggéré d'en apprendre davantage sur cette histoire en interrogeant les occupants du camp. Nous devrions cependant agir avant de quitter les lieux pour de bon car il est probable que le camp soit à nouveau isolé sous peu. Ok.
Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment. The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike. No hint of blood or impact. It might have been used as an improvised weapon. Someone was dragged against their will. The cut is deep, potentially serious if not treated immediately. He is in shock, feverish and dehydrated.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain death.
You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place?
Alors attends, il y a plein de trucs là. Alors quelque chose pour nettoyer, désinfecter et bander la blessure.
That will kill, not save him.
The refugees have been detained and will not leave until all the circumstances are clarified.
It won't do any good. I'll use it to create a solution. Nausea and stomach pain is not what he needs now. Just washed. Better than nothing to bandage the wound.
Alors attends. Nettoyer et désinfecter. Ah ça.
I can use this to stop the infection from spreading. I've collected all the ingredients, now to prepare the first aid solution.
Allez, chimie. Alors, 5 bleus, moins 3 rouges, moins 3, 4. Alors ça, je sais pas ce que c'est le quatrième. Ah ça enlève. D'accord. Ouh, ouh. Ok, donc là j'ai quoi? J'ai le moins 4, le moins 3. C'est bien ce que je pensais. Ah, fichier, il m'aurait fallu un autre. Il m'aurait fallu un autre mélangeur là, parce que là. Chier. Là, ça me fait moins 6. Bah oui. Ok, il me resterait le 5. Ouais, mais non. Ah, putain. Alors. Oh là là, j'en sais rien, moi, putain. Attends, si ça... ça... Non, dégage. Putain. Ok. Et si je fais ça? Non, le plus, il est où? Non. Dégage! Putain. Tac. Ah bah voilà. Ah mais non, putain de sa mère, c'est -3, putain. Alors attends, c'est plutôt celui-là. -6, non ça va pas. Comme ça. 4. Celui-là. Comme ça. -3, -4 avec le 5. Voilà. Putain.
Thank you. This should make you feel better, my friend. Now remain lying down and drink as much water as you can.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
Ok.
It's unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards.
Ah bah il y a une échelle.
No, it's too short for these walls or cliffs.
Ouais non c'était pas évident mais...
Sealed shut. I doubt our man could get through these grates.
Back off.
Ah, on va pas rentrer, d'accord. Merde. Oh putain. Oh t'es sérieux? Oh putain. Ok d'accord. Alors... J'ai l'impression d'avoir un peu tout fait ici.
Back off.
You still here? Don't bother someone else with this, son. Your problem, not mine. I've already told you all I've learned.
The guards at the sewers were speaking about taking refugees out of the camp. Do you know anything about this, Inspector?
Less than you do, obviously.
And this doesn't bother you as an officer of the law?
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right track, if that's what you're asking. Maybe your friends at City Hall could do something about it, but I seriously doubt that. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for my uniform. If those fine gentlemen you've eavesdropped on are in some shady business, that's on their heads. I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads.
Do you know anything about this?
The law can't help you with that.
Help me, please.
The law can't help you with that.
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
Attends, est-ce que ça déjà, j'ai tout?
Clearly a left handprint here.
These events are fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them all, Sherlock.
Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment. Someone was dragged against their will.
Alors attends, hop. Là la manette elle tremble. Ah, peut-être ici. On coupe ça aussi sûrement réfugié. Ah. Attends, si je me déguise en flic devant eux. Non merde.
Help me, please. Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Can I ask you a question?
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
J'en sais rien, moi, putain. Ah, mais les occupants, on peut pas leur parler. Ah, peut-être que si je parle à l'autre là, en étant déguisé en flic.
Back off.
Non, il fait chier. On comprend pas, c'est que là la manette elle tremble, on sait pas pourquoi. C'est genre tout ici. Ouais non parce que j'ai pas eu toutes les preuves. Donc il me manque un truc mais je sais pas ce que c'est.
Is this familiar to you?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
You know, Sherry, it's dawned on me to not clown around with knives anymore.
Là, je sais absolument pas quoi faire. Non, j'ai 3 trucs et j'arrive pas du tout à avancer sur les 3. Alors, attends. Voilà, je vois des fantômes, ouais. Là, il parlait à quelqu'un.
Who isn't allowed to visit the crime scene these days?
I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
Là, il parlait à quelqu'un, ouais. Et j'en fais quoi, moi, de ça Ah, putain.
A single Malpalbutt. Roadman cigarettes. A brand highly regarded by law enforcement officers. So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp. Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
Ok. Toujours le truc de John là. Alors attends, il redouble les mises strictes autour du camp.
Back off.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Do you know anything about this?
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you find the answer.
Help me, please.
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Help me, please.
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
Help me, please.
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads.
I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
Who isn't allowed to visit the crime scene these days?
Is this familiar to you?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Is this familiar to you?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
This isn't working. You might need a...
Bah dis-moi, connard, c'est ton truc, hein. Putain. Ça je sais, c'est le machin là.
different tack.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads.
Là pareil, putain, pourquoi ça tremble ici ça. Alors si je fais ça, peut-être que... Oh putain, mais il y en a 10 000. Ouais, on verra ça jeudi, hein. Là j'en ai marre. Là, là je sens que ça va me prendre encore 1 heure. Et j'ai pas envie, je suis crevé moi, donc... On se terminera ça jeudi, hein. Tranquille. Là c'est bon, ça m'a gonflé. Et je regarderai vite fait là pour ce qu'il veut, là, le John, parce que je comprends rien de ce qu'il me veut. Donc voilà. Du coup, ouais, bah je continuerai jeudi Sherlock Holmes. Tranquille. Vers les coups de... Ouais, 3h30, 4h. Vers ces heures-là. Allez, moi je vous souhaite une bonne nuit, puis bah je vous dis à jeudi pour la suite. A plus.